Today I will be doing a clean my altar with me, pretty much everything that's going on as far as like my yoga class, my yoga course, why I chose the yoga course that I did, and how I like it so far. Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's start. My altar looking a hot mess right now. Like, I've just been doing stuff and then, like, you know what I'm saying, I've just been doing stuff and then just walking away. But recently my best friend came over, and it was funny because I already had this video planned, but then she was like, how did you do your altar? And I was like, you know what's funny, I was like debating on whether or not this is gonna be one of the topics for my video, and then yeah, so boom. I gotta save. All right, so fuck it. I'm gonna start with my altar, and then I'll go into my yoga class after. Like I was saying, my altar looks trash right now. I'm kind of just gonna give you guys like a little preview of everything that I have, why these items are on my altar, and like stuff I try to keep like off of it and everything like that. I got these yoga cards from, I want to say Barnes and Nobles, probably like 2 years ago. I'm not sponsored either, so everything I'm showing is kind of just like my own personal like opinion about stuff. I'm not getting paid for none of this shit. So yeah, if you can see, that's a little man right there in the corner, and then on the back of a lot of the cards sometimes it has like the full photo of the pose. I like this one right here. I don't know why these were sitting out, honestly. That's how much of a hot mess I am right now, because normally I try to pick like 3 or 4 to memorize, and then like I try to memorize 3 or 4 of the benefits of the pose and the pose name. That's the new thing I've been trying, like low-key not trying though, because I haven't done it in like 2 weeks. But yeah, so this is a really nice deck. If you're interested in yoga, even if you kind of just like, if you don't want to be a teacher, but if you just want to like get into it, I think this is a really good idea, especially if like you're trying to get active. I am a huge advocate, if you don't want to get in the gym, if you know you're not going to be able to get in the gym consistently, please do at-home workouts. Like, do some yoga, do dance classes, go for a walk, look up YouTube like morning workouts that you can do at home. Starting it is always the hardest part of anything, and then literally like discipline comes once you keep doing it. Like, even if you miss a day, don't be like, oh fuck, I missed Tuesday, so I just might as well not even do it Wednesday, I'm gonna just start next week. No, because you're gonna be in the same place that you was last year, I promise you. Yeah, this is one of my tarot decks. I've only had 3. I gifted one to a friend of mine. Yeah, I really like this deck though. The Cosmic Slumber, I really love this deck. First of all, let's get into the packaging. Like, and then the cards in your booklet. I don't have too much to say about that, but yeah. Look. Yeah. Tarot deck. I got this for Christmas, and I also gave it to my friend. 100 ways to switch off digital detox. I haven't even got them yet, because honestly I've been like doing it actively, but I do feel like on one of these days soon, especially like when it warms up, I'll have fun with these. Because let me just pick a random one, like this one. It says play a card game with family or friends. Set yourself a mini task list before you're allowed any screen time. For example, 3 chores before you look at your phone. Stuff like that. I feel like people need like little reminders, because I'm not gonna lie, like this generation is addicted to their phones. I also think that one of the best things you could do for yourself is to not look at your phone as the first thing that you do when you wake up, I think it's very, I don't even want to use that word. It's just not healthy for you. It's very unhealthy. Like I saw a tweet before, but even before I saw the tweet, but the tweet said it perfectly. It was kind of just like, you're literally glaring at blue light. Like, you're staring at blue light as the first thing that you do when you wake up. And honestly, it's just not healthy for you in more ways than just your eyesight. But as far as your mental, you're instantly like now tuned into millions of other people's thoughts and feelings. And although that may be something that you don't really care about, that you're like not that really mindful for, like maybe you don't, maybe that type of stuff doesn't affect you. And if it don't affect you, then this message not for you. But this is for if, like, you know what I'm saying, like you're not in like a good headspace, or maybe if you have your own personal goals that you're trying to work on and you're like constantly distracted, it's because you're constantly like allowing distractions. So yeah, I'm not really a social media person anyway, which is honestly why it's taking me so long to do everything that I want to do, because I literally be forgetting I got a fucking phone sometimes. Like, that bitch be dead and somewhere in the other room. So obviously you know what that means. Very spiritual. I think this box is super lit though. Love the design on the front. Funny enough, I got something similar to that. I got this sticker when I went to Colorado. Again, Yoga for Dummies. This is the first book I got for yoga. That a little bit later. This is a kind of like a photo album my boyfriend got for us for Valentine's Day, our first Valentine's Day together. It's super cute. I love this. It's probably one of my favorite gifts he's ever gotten me. That's us. We cute. I know. Yo, we really cute. Hold on. That's this. Psychic Powers. I still haven't went through this whole book, but I really like this one too. And I got this one from Barnes and Nobles too, I think. Or I got this from one of the little spiritual stores I be at. I think I got this one from one of the spiritual stores actually. I don't remember what the name was of it though. Book a couple of times. Not fully, but like different segments. They talk about mediumship, like being a medium. They talk about spirits, traditional beliefs, past life therapy, past life readings, chakras, crystals, and zodiacs. What crystals are associated with zodiacs. Yeah, so I will be reading more of this and getting more into this, but right now I'm really enthralled in my course, so I'm trying not to like overload my brain. I think that's what I was doing in the past. So yeah. By the way, typically this is my grinder that I may or may not use. Books, my yoga stuff, well-being cards, mindfulness cards. That's what I consider that little deck I gave y'all earlier. All over here, my favorite scent. I think this is the brownie scent one. So good. I'm waiting to use it for one of my like rituals. I got this from a friend of mine, my mom's friend's daughter. She does hair. She was doing my hair one day, and no, I'm lying. I got this one from her, which I will be reading soon. She recommended it. I got this from my mom, and I've never read it, but I love reading, and she gave me so many books growing up, and my mom's very like spiritual. The shit in me for real. Okay, camera died. Yeah, but this is a journal. Me and my best friend have matching journals. Astrology journal that my best friend got me for Christmas. My other best friend. And I got this in Colorado. Me and my boyfriend went to the Denver Art Museum, and yeah. Love you, little boy. So yeah, absolutely love this though. Can't wait to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I kind of actually have an idea about what I'm gonna do with it, but it's nothing I'm gonna talk about right now. So yeah. about this book. So pause. This is actually, I've yet to read this book. I'm so ashamed. This is the first book I got when I started like really like questioning a lot. I don't know why I chose this book. I think I was just like on YouTube like looking up like the best like spiritual books. The Return of the Divine Sophia, Healing the Earth Through Lost Wisdom Teachings, Jesus, Isis, and Mary Magdalene. I think it was because something about Mary Magdalene. Like I had found out, like I did more research on her, and then I like looked up this book. So I'll be reading this book soon. I actually think I'm gonna read it when I'm done with Midnight Sun. It's part of the Twilight series. It's Edward's version. If you don't know about it, tap in. That shit good as fuck. Stephanie Myers be on her shit. Okay? But yeah. I gotta clean off the top of this. See how this looks like just stuff everywhere. It's like scattered. But this is the current deck I'm working with. I got this for Christmas. Absolutely love it. Like, it's called Mystic Mondays Tarot.
I did a reading for my friend the other day. It was so good. He gets us. I love his books. So, yeah.
So, this is a little incense burner.
To the side over here, since I'm over here, this is the reading that I did. I'm not going to show you guys because, yeah. But, I journal them, but my book is actually, I took it to work with me the other day to work, so when I was at work I just kind of like finished it off, journaled it, and then yeah, but I just did one, so I'm gonna do that one with her. I'm gonna journal that one soon. That's why it's sitting off to the side on top of this box. Normally it would be in the box that it comes in, but I've actually currently replaced these. My mom got me this. She went to the store. She got one. And she said this looked like something that I would like. I'm like, yeah, you know your daughter, because I for sure love it. Thank you. So you're supposed to just flip over the incense. It's an oil that's in the bottom of it. And I do smell it. It smells good. It may not be as like dramatic as the burning incense, but it's still is a fragrance holder. It's a great alternative to me, and I love having it on here for decoration as well. So yeah. I got this from the dollar store. I light it. Once again, I said I got this from Colorado. I didn't know what to do with the sticker, so I kind of set it on here for now. But she looks like an Indian warrior. It's actually one of the tattoo people stickers that I got from the shop. So once I figure out what to do with that, I will do something with it. And these are my crystals. There we go. So yeah, I don't keep them all out at the same time. Shops. I got this from Target, I think. It's fake leaf plant. It's very cute. Also got this from Target. Fake leaf plants, very cute. It's giving fake leaves everywhere because my background is fake leaves as well. But that's because I don't have the time or the energy to take care of real plants right now, but I love greenery. So, but I do plan on getting myself a plant soon. I've just been trying to do some research to figure out which one I want and then build on that. But I already take care of 3 animals and a baby right now, and adding plants to my mama life that I already got, it's just too much. Too much. This is the oil that I'm actually just gonna set this down here. But this is the oil that was in there. This. And I still smell it right now, like the aroma as I'm sitting right here. And it's not strong at all. Like, I had a headache earlier when I got off work, and I've been getting them a lot lately. That's because I'm low-key been stressed, just trying to do everything that I want. And I feel like I've been reading a lot lately. I need new glasses, so that's something that I will be taking care of soon. Over there in the corner is one of my yoga mats. I haven't been using this one. My dog's sharp ass nails have crawled on it too many times, so it's starting to get like some indentations in it. And I have another one. It's pink, and that's the one I'm currently using. I've been very proud of myself. Hello, Ash. I knew you was gonna come around eventually. I've been super duper proud of myself. I'm sorry, baby. I've been super duper proud of myself because I said I was gonna do yoga every morning and every night, and so far I've done it every morning and every night except for yesterday. But I did it in the morning. I just didn't do it last night. So that, deter me from my goal or make me upset that I didn't do it exactly, because that just means instead of doing it for 25 days, I gotta do it for 26 days straight. And then I'm just trying to build that discipline. So when it comes to like I just say my goals, I'm being very serious about it this year. So anywhere in my life where I can add some sort of like discipline, I am. And honestly, as much as I love yoga, I at one point wasn't doing it that often because, like I have been saying a couple times, I'm a new mom and that should be hard. Like, and that's another thing, I have realized that even if I only did it for like 5-10 minutes, like that's good enough. But when I do it, I be doing it for like 25 minutes. I turn on some music, I turn on some meditation music, sound bowls, nature sounds. I set the ambiance, I'm turning the lights on, like the color lights. Yeah. So, and also another thing is, I used to, when I was doing it consistently, I was going outside. It's cold as fuck outside. So ready for it to be warm outside. It's not even funny. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish cleaning this off, and then I'm honestly just gonna get right into my yoga course and why I chose what I did. And now we have a clean altar. Love everything about it. Alright, so I'm about to finish. There we go. I'm about to finish cleaning up my living room, and then I'm going to record myself doing my yoga routine for tonight, and then I'm going to talk about why I chose the course that I did, and how I like it so far. And alright, what's up guys? Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, watching me, watching my journey, watching my growth. I really appreciate it. In this part of the video, as I said, I was going to be discussing why I chose the yoga course that I did. And I just want to get right into it, because something that I realized that I kind of do, which I'm about to do now. Like, why do I do that? Why do I do that? I was already started. Some people, okay, so I would appreciate if people let me know if they'd rather you give like full details and like really explain certain things, or if they just want you to like just jump right into it. Like, I don't know what y'all want. So leave a comment telling me if that's what you prefer. But anyways, so that's what I was saying. I need to go get my iPad so I can kind of show you guys while I'm talking, like what I'm talking about. But I bought this course probably like a year ago now. What month is this? Is January. Yeah. 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 It was February actually. So I bought this like a year ago, and I was pregnant when I bought it, and I did the installment plan because I didn't have the $600. That's what it was, the total, and it's supposed to be like a $1,300, like that's how much it's worth, $1,300, but they had it on sale for $600 because it was a New Year promotion. Yeah. So bought it, but I had been like really lollygagging on like which course I wanted to buy, like which course I wanted to go with, because I didn't want to, like, I was looking up the different, a lot of them, they kind of teach you like a certain, like vinyasa yoga, yin yoga. There's so many different styles of yoga that some of them kind of like are tailored to one specific course. And it's not that I didn't, like, I do think you should be an expert. Like, I do think there should be experts, but then at the same time, like, I got into yoga by doing hot yoga at Yoga Centric, and it's a yoga studio where I used to live, like in the town where I used to live. Well, I didn't live there, but anyway, long story short, I did so much research, and then like I would get like frustrated, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, like I'm not buying it. Like, I'm just gonna wait, just keep waiting. You know what I'm saying? Buy books, like watch YouTube videos, do yoga morning routine and stuff like that. But I wasn't actually like buying the course yet because I'm a very indecisive person, and like I didn't really want to make the wrong decision, because one, like, that's a lot of money for real, and on top of that, it's kind of like, this is my future, like this is what I want to do, like I'm very passionate about this. So until like the right one comes, I'm not buying nothing. And then I also wanted to make sure it wasn't like fake. One of my, like, I used to work at a bank, and I worked at a couple banks actually, but people would always call in and be like, yeah, there's fraud on my account, you know what I'm saying, like I purchased this and now this is this and da 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 da, and I'm just like, so yeah, I'm looking on. So then I came up with a new strategy, and I don't know why I didn't think about this one in the first place, but I pretty much, it's something called Yoga Alliance, and I actually don't want to be associated with Yoga Alliance. I will go over that in another video at another time, but that's just not something that I think right now, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe eventually in the future, I might be changing my minds, but right now, I don't really want to be like certified with them. And anyways, but they are an accredited yoga like source. That's kind of where like a lot of the courses that I was looking up, like if they pretty much, I went on yogaalliance.org, and I would type in the name of the course that I found online, and if the course was on there and they were associated with Yoga Alliance, then I knew that they were an actual course, like they were real, they was legit. So when I found, and I also was looking for places that was near me. That was another thing. I wanted something that was either, because I'm in the DMV, so I wanted something that was in Baltimore, Pennsylvania, Delaware. And funny enough, I came across Yoga Renew, which is actually based out of New Jersey. And I didn't think about Jersey at first, but Jersey's not that far from me. If anything, I live basically in Delaware, like so close to Delaware. So Delaware's right next door to Jersey. It literally only takes me like, it could take me 45 minutes to get to Jersey, to a certain part of Jersey. I don't know how far away. They just actually opened up a studio. Well, they already had a studio. They just reopened up their studio. They remodeled and everything. It looks really nice. So yeah, they was legit. They have like an actual like brick and mortar location. Did research on them, went on YouTube, typed in their name. I saw a couple videos from like credible people that look like actual pages. Like, I wasn't playing no games. I wanted this to be real. I wanted to see real people's feelings about it. And if we're being honest, I wanted to see if any Black people had did it. Like, one of the reasons why I am so interested in becoming a yoga instructor and just an overall like mindfulness coach, mindfulness advocate, is because I don't think there's enough people that look like me and that have gone through experiences I've gone through, or have gone through experiences that people that I know have gone through, people who are, you know, same race, person of color, like all that. I don't think there's enough. Well, I take that back. I know a lot of, I'm gonna be editing that because there are a lot of people of color that like yoga and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? I don't see it. I'm not around it. I think mainstream, like people think about yoga and they're like, oh, that's white. Like, funny enough, Pilates is becoming popular. And I was thinking about doing that like a while ago. And I saw this one girl, she tweeted and was like, I wish a certain type of black demographic never found out about it. And I just think stuff like that is so childish because it's like people want to gatekeep everything and that shit is so corny to me. I'm sorry. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I can't act like I ain't never wanted to keep nothing on the low, but health and wealth, like what is there to be seen? Like why is this a secret society and why do you only want to be me personally? I love the yoga class that I went to in Bel Air, but I was the only black person every time I went. And like that type of atmosphere, like I want to look around the room and see people that look like me. I don't want to look around the room and see a whole bunch of people that don't look like me, because I also felt like I never felt any like weird energy. And that's another thing, I'm so big on feeling energy. Like I'd have left if I didn't like the vibes for real. But I just know that sometimes it could be uncomfortable. Like it could be uncomfortable when you're the only black person in a space. And I don't think I was the only, like, actually, now that I'm thinking back to it, I don't think I was ever the only black person, like, all the time. I think when I was going alone, because I used to go with one of my friends. But, yeah, so I did so much research on Yoga Renew and was on Instagram, like I was saying, looking at their hashtags. I saw like real people like showing the certificate, and I was like, okay, this is the one. Like when I knew, and then I was like, I'm not gonna keep waiting, and I bought it that night. I think also my boyfriend convinced me to buy it too. He was like, yo, you've been talking about this shit since we met. Like if you don't buy this, like so I got with you because you was gonna be blah, 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 blah. He was just joking, but you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like it was like really pushed me and motivated me. So yeah, I bought the course, and what I loved about that was I could pay on it and do my schoolwork at the same time. When I first got the course, I looked over everything and I saved like they have like a lot of files that they have attached to it for like classwork that you have to do when you get to a certain part of it. Like I saved all that. I looked over the books that they wanted you to get. But I hadn't like did lickety split. Like I ain't do nothing. So yeah, fast forward to current, I had my baby and I was still giving myself time to like grow. Like now I'm not trying to be like, oh, I think I'm jumping, so let me go back. I'm sorry. I didn't do the course when I was pregnant because they actually had like a warning on there. And I know pregnant women do yoga and pregnant women work out. Pregnant women can do anything they put their mind to as long as it's safe and they, talk to their doctor. But I didn't feel like doing shit when I was pregnant. I had a very sick pregnancy. Like I was sick all the time. I didn't feel better. I caught COVID when I was pregnant. Like my pregnancy was crazy. So yeah, I didn't want to do anything but lay in the bed. Like I couldn't, like I was throwing up a lot all the time. Like, and then at another point, my acid reflux was terrible. So imagine me trying to be bent over in poses, me trying to concentrate. Like yoga is all about like being mindful, like meditation, like putting yourself first. And during that time, I wasn't putting myself first. You know what I'm saying? I put my baby first. So yeah, that kind of went on the back burner, and in the back of my head, I always knew that like I was never upset with myself for not doing it instantly, because I was like, yeah, when it's time for me to do it, I'm gonna be like full throttle, like I'm going hard. And fast forward, that's what I'm currently doing right now. So I've been doing this consistently for about 2 weeks, I could say. I've been logging in, doing my classwork consistently. Like before this, I was logging in, like I was doing it, but I probably did it like 2 times a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Read over some stuff. did a quiz. Like, I probably completed like 3 quizzes before now. So this is not my first time doing my course. This is my first time being consistent and like actively learning about it. So just give me 1 second. I'm actually about to go get it now so I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I just realized I'm recording on my iPad, so I'm probably not gonna be able to show you guys as swiftly as I could have, but I'm pulling it up on the computer right now. Okay, so boom, look, they got 200-hour yoga teacher training, over 70% off until February 3rd. Only $347 into your email to get your coupon. I'm not gonna lie, I also feel like everybody's really interested in yoga right now, which is amazing. But at the same time, I think that's another reason why this course is so low, because I've been interested in this for like years. So I've been looking this up for years. Before the pandemic, like before 2020, this shit was expensive. Like it was like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. You know what I'm saying? So, it's awesome actually to see it like go down. It really is. Especially when I bought it, it's even lower. But I just log in, go to courses, doing a security check. All right, boom, here it goes. So this is bonus material that I obviously haven't touched yet, and this right here is my actual course. So once I click on it, it kind of just says, once I know I'm farther than 9%. Am I? The respiratory. Oh, maybe I'm not. So it says I'm 9% complete out of the 200-hour course. And yeah, intro, kind of just like, you know, facts and questions. This one, actually, I'm actually click on that. No, every time I click on something, it kind of takes me back, but whatever. I'm here now. So how long do we have to complete the course? The program is self-paced and you have a lifetime access to the program. You can take as long as you need to complete it. How long will the program take to complete? This is a 200-hour course. It's self-paced, so you can take as long as you need. Some people take up to a year. Some people take a few months. Some people take a couple weeks. It depends on how much time you have dedicated to the curriculum. Let's see, final exam. So it says right here, you have 2 retakes for the final exam. If you do not get an 80% or higher on the final, please email us and we can reset the exam for you. There is no time limit for the final exam. The final exam is online and is the last section of this program. So yeah, they go over a lot. That's another thing I really love. So the reason I'm showing you guys that is because when I was looking up the course and stuff, I didn't really see a lot of people like actually showing the screen so much. So I kind of just want to give people an idea like what they're looking at. And I keep messing with my hair because I don't like it. I like it better right now. I love my hair, by the way. I don't know what it is on camera. I really don't like it. Like, it looked mad oily in the one shot that I was just doing when I was cleaning my altar. So yeah, it's just something I'm gonna have to get over. But I really don't know why it looks like that, and I just keep messing with it. Anyway, I didn't see a lot of people showing the actual course, so I just thought it'd be a good idea to kind of let you guys know if you're interested, what you're getting into, or honestly to let the people know once I'm certified and I'm teaching y'all Yogini S, Big Yogini S, like where I got my knowledge from. And it's not only from here, but when I tell y'all this is a really informative course, like I thought I was gonna need I thought I was gonna need more help than what I need on it. Like, I was kind of a little iffy on taking an online course because I'm the type of person who I learn by watching and like seeing and doing. So I'm taking a lot of notes. Like, I'm taking a lot of notes and I'm trying to like filter through my notes. I'm rereading my notes. I'm taking notes on the quizzes. There's a book that I will get. It's in my book bag right now because I've been taking my stuff to work with me. I've been doing it at work. Yeah, so I'm honestly so proud of myself. And also really quickly, I just want to let people know that yoga is not just like like peaceful, calm. Like it is, but it's hard work. Like it's real knowledge that goes into this. Like this is something that people have been studying for a long time, like BC. A lot of the knowledge that I'm learning about right now is from people who are dead and gone, and from a whole nother language. It's been translated, so it's kind of also like you got to do a lot of stuff is like your own interpretation. And yeah, so I just also want to say, like, if you are interested in becoming a yoga instructor, that you know that it's not just like people, you know, making posts and stuff on Instagram, like just, you know, doing yoga on the mat and calling it a day. You know what I'm saying? Like doing a quick little like meditation thing. Like that's another reason why it's taking me so long, because I don't want to just do nothing for the look of it. Like I really, like, I want to be informative. I want to share my knowledge, like I was here to talk about. And I think I'm done. Thank you once again, you guys, for tuning in and watching my video today. There will be more to come. I don't really have a posting schedule just yet. I don't know. I wanted to do 2 videos a month. I wanted to get this video uploaded so bad, but I couldn't. Yeah, I just had to realize that my body needs rest too at the same time. So I'm trying to do a lot, but nothing that I can't do, nothing I wasn't prepared to do, born here, you know, transcended here to do. So yeah, I do hope if you guys like what you just watched, that you follow me on my socials, like this video, comment, please let me know if there's anything that you guys, you know what I'm saying, feedback, good or bad, I don't care. I just want to know what you guys think so I can take it into consideration. I appreciate feedback. It's always welcome. I do need it, but at the same time, it is feedback. So that don't mean that somebody will be like, oh, I don't like, what is this, what is that. Also, if what I'm doing is not for you, then watch something else. There's so many people on this earth doing the same thing or a different thing. You may not like that, you know what I'm saying, I got an altar, that I like candles and I do tarot card readings for myself and all that type of stuff. That may not be your cup of tea, and that's fine. But that just means it's not for you.